I feel like I should say something instead of just waving my fingers. I either look like I'm casting a spell or that I'm in a silent movie. I just realized how quiet it is in my house. Hi. My name is Deidre Miller. I like how Kirsty made me seem like a big deal when she put the Deidre Miller. Guys, I'm just a regular human. And I'm a regular human that's always running behind. I was supposed to do this video last week, but I was traveling, and now here I am. So, thank you so much, Kirsty, for having me here. And thank you so much, Kirsty's Knockouts, for letting me come talk to you. Hi! Okay, so, really quick. My name's Deidre. I just said that. I always reintroduce myself like 50 times in videos on other people's pages, so I'm very sorry in advance. Again, one more time. My name's Deidre. I'm a Sapphire Crown Princess. I live in Idaho. I did not get ready today because I've been feeling sick, so don't mind how I look and don't mind my lack of stripes. I just didn't get ready today. I wasn't planning on doing anything real, and then I realized I had so much to do. Okay, here we are. Da, 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 da. Okay, so I'm here to talk about elevator pitches. Elevator pitches. Ready? Go. If you haven't heard of an elevator pitch before, basically what that phrase is coined is that if I was to get in an elevator with you right now, I would have from the time we got on till the time we got to the floor that you were getting off or I was getting off to pitch to you whatever I wanted to share, right? So that could be floor 3 and that could be floor 10, but whatever it is, that is how short of a time I have to actually share the information I want with you. So with an elevator pitch, what you want to do, pardon me, is really, hi girl, you really want to focus on sound bites that will catch people's attention and that will make them want to continue on the conversation or get more information or get your information so they can contact you later. I think I just said get your information twice, but you get what I'm saying. You want to give them these sound bites so that they're ready to ask you questions. You want to get them, oh my gosh, hi Em. You want to give them quick, short things, a bunch of them, so that, you guys are so nice, I love you too, so that they feel like they got a bunch of little things and they know what you're talking about instead of being like, that woman just said something cool, but I really have no clue what else besides it was like magic lipstick. But you give them all the information so that way they can ask you questions about things, right? Right. Okay, so sound bites are important because it will spark their interest into asking more questions. For example, if I was to say, and this obviously example has nothing to do with lip sense. Oh, well, my husband travels a lot, and so I've been traveling a lot because he's a professional baseball player. So we are apart, and we get to see a lot of different things. So we travel to see each other. That sparks your interest. Where have I been traveling? What team does my husband play for? How long has he been playing? Is that hard? Like, those sorts of like little quick sound bites slipped into a sentence are going to create a lot more interest, right? So with lip sense, you want to do the same things. Side note, my husband is not a baseball player anymore. He retired. So just so you know. I don't know why you needed to know that. But with lip sense, you want to do the same thing. So the most common times you are going to be using a elevator pitch is when you're out wowing. If you don't know what wowing is, it's usually when you have on your stripes, like which I said, I don't have mine on today because I've been feeling ill. So you'd have your stripes on, and it's when people say things to you like, oh my gosh, have you been at Sephora? And you're like, I don't know. I know for me, the first couple times I was like, is she talking to me? Clearly she's talking to me. I'm the only one with lipstick on my hands. And I'd get nervous and I'd be like, no, it's lip sense, and I'd walk away. That's not a soundbite. Nobody cares about that. They'd be like, what the heck is lip sense? I don't even know. So what you want to do is have these sound bites, this elevator pitch ready, so when people do say to you, oh my gosh, have you been to Sephora? I can actually say something real. Or a lot of times on flights, people will say to me, couldn't pick a color to wear today? And I'll be like, ha 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 ha, you're so funny. Actually, and then I can go into my elevator pitch. Right? Okay, so I've been feeling ill. Okay, but for real. Okay, so this is a note card. I want you all to get one of these. It can be a piece of paper, it can be a note card, it can be actually, this is a card that I got that is awesome. I don't know. So I want you to get a piece of paper or a note card, and I want you to think of 5 points. We're creating your elevator pitch now. Okay? I want you to think of 5 points about lip sense that you love. I'm going to have you make 2 cards. This is your homework. I'm giving you homework like a real teacher. I was a teacher in my other life, I'm pretty sure. I'm giving you 2 homework assignments. 1 homework assignment, 2 cards. 1 homework assignment. You're going to get 2 note cards. One is going to be for lip sense. The other is going to be for the business, right? Right, right. You need 5 points for each one. So let's talk about the lip sense card first. I want you to think of 5 points that are special and prioritized and important to you. Not what's important to Kirsty, not what's important to me, what's important to you about lip sense. What do you want every single person you talk to know about lip sense? Because chances are that people are talking to you because you have something in common, and those things would also be important to them, right? So for me, the 5 points are, it lasts all day. We've got a ton of colors. It's layerable. I can kiss my husband and it won't come off. And my lips are healthier. Okay? So those are my 5 lip sense tips. 5 of them. I want you to think of 5. 5, 5, 5. You're not always going to use all 5, but I want you to have 5 ready. On your card, 5 tips about lip sense that is important to you. Next, the business. I want you to have 5 because not everybody you talk to cares about the lip sense, but some might care about the business. So I want you to have 5 things about the business that are important to you. Okay? So for me, they are, I actually have friends now because of Synergens. I was able to quit my job. I'm able to spend more time with my husband and my dog. I feel empowered because I own my own business. And 5, I get to train people all across the country. Okay, so I've got 5 for lip sense, I've got 5 for the business. And I think it's important that you do a card for each to start. Because like I said, some people care about the cosmetics and some people care about the business, right? So you have 5 for each. I want you to keep those cards somewhere that you see often, whether that be in the bathroom, on your mirror, whether that be at your desk, whether that be, stuck to your computer, or like on your nightstand, somewhere that you see them often. So you're always thinking about those 5 tips and you're thinking of things you can say about all of those 5 things. Okay. So for example, I'm going to just focus on the lip sense card because the same things apply to the business card. This is my lip sense card. I've got it on my nightstand. I read it when I'm bored. That sounds really lame. I read it when I'm going to bed. I read it when I see it. It's there. I'm seeing my 5 points on a regular basis. And what I'm doing then is I'm thinking, oh, it lasts all day. How can I share different ways that it'll last all day? I can give a list. I can talk about how I put it on in the morning and it stays on all day. I can rub my lips. I can say I put it on at 8 o'clock this morning. I can talk about the time that I wore it to bed and I forgot to, because I was lazy and forgot to take off my makeup, and by forgot, I mean I just didn't, and it was still on in the morning. I can think of those different things. Then I go to the next tip and I think of different reasons, and I want you to constantly be thinking of different ways that you can share these 5 tips, because that helps you become a real human and not a robot. You don't want to be a robot when you're sharing your elevator pitch, because then people will be like, that girl doesn't actually care about the product or anything. She just cares about making sales. And you don't want to be that person. You don't want to be that person, okay? So, what I want you to do is always be thinking about your tips. Always be thinking about your 5 things. And then what you can do, if you're really, really nervous to talk to people, what you can do is you can use the recording device on your phone and you can practice your elevator pitch into the phone. And you can just practice talking through things to make sure it sounds normal to you. Okay, so that's the other option. But I want you to be practicing and thinking always. So that way, when you do get in that situation, you're ready. Okay, so now we're going to go through a situation. Are you ready? I'm in an elevator. Actually, I'm not in an elevator. Where am I? I'm in line for the airplane. Because just because it's an elevator pitch doesn't mean it's only used in an elevator. I'm in line at Southwest because you got to check in and you got to find your own seat. And it's always kind of awkward if you're by yourself because you don't know if you talk to the person behind you or not. And then all of a sudden, the person behind me does say something to me because they see me scratching the back of my head and they see these, I'm literally in an elevator at the airport right now. Oh my gosh, that's actually perfect. They see these stripes on my hand and they say, trying to be funny, haha, did you not know what lipstick to put on this morning? And I can go like this. Oh my gosh, have you ever heard of Lip Sense? This is actually an awesome lipstick. And they'll answer yes or no. And I'll say, well, actually, this is LipSense, and it doesn't come off all day. So I like put mine on at 8 o'clock this morning, and now we're on the red eye, and you can see it's still on. My lips are so much more healthy, and I've totally expanded my lipstick collection because there's so many fun colors that you can put on. Right there, I gave them 3 sound bites. It's been on since this morning. It's still on when I go on the red eye. If they are busy people, that will spark their interest. I can talk about how my lips are more healthy. If they're like have bad lips, that might spark their interest. And then third, I can talk, if they're people that like lipstick and they want a ton of colors, that's going to spark their interest. And that will lead into more conversation. And this is why I say have multiple ways to say each thing. Hi, Kirsty. Have multiple ways to say each point, because if the thing that sparks their interest is the healthy lips, you want to be prepared to talk about the healthy lips. Oh, well, actually our product doesn't have any wax in it. So the wax on my lips has slowly come off, and the sloughing, regular sloughing of my lip has happened. And so now my lips don't have like a weird wax buildup on them, and they've totally gotten their pigmentation back. They don't look white from all the wax that was built up on it. And I can totally tell a difference in my lips. And even my husband, he uses our lip balm and he loves it, because then I'm bringing in another product, right? So with your pitch, you want to have these little sound bites of things that you love about either, like I said, the product or the company, because not everybody is going to be interested by the product. Maybe they're interested by the company. And you will be able to give these to them, and then if they're interested, they will ask more questions. Does this make sense? Give me some hearts if this is making sense, or if I'm just talking gibberish to you. Actually, give me hearts if this is making sense. Don't give me hearts if this sounds like gibberish to you. But these sound bites will lead into more conversation, and it will make you feel more comfortable that you've prepared and practiced them when these people do ask questions. So you're not saying things like, LipSense, walking away, and then being like, what the heck? What is LipSense? Okay, so that is what I've got for you. When you're able to master your elevator pitch, you will be able to master talking to strangers, answering questions on social media, and just straight up having these conversations on a regular basis without feeling stressed or anxiety. You never have to wonder what to say anymore, because you have your elevator pitch with the things that are the most important to you and that you're passionate about. And when you're passionate about it, you can talk about it all day long, right? You don't need to say what I say. You don't need to say what Kirsty says. You don't need to say what anyone else says. You need to say what's important to you, because that is going to make the difference in your business and in your relationships and in your conversations. I sort of sell lipstick. You totally sell lipstick, girlfriend. So don't even worry. I understand, because my first time I was at my yogurt shop. Yes, I said my yogurt shop, because I go there so often. And the girl at the counter was like, Deidre, what's on your hand? And I was like, lipstick. And then I like walked off. No, it's LipSense. It's magical. I can wear it all day. Okay. Yes, that's a great question. Always have business cards or a beauty book with you. So if they seem interested, or if they ask any questions, or even if they don't, you can just hand out your business card, because really, what is that, like 10 cents? And it's better that they might have your information and throw it away than never at all. So I'll say, you know what? I have a card with you. Here, take this. If you have any questions later, let me know. Or if I have a beauty book and they seem really interested, I'll pull out a beauty book and I keep a Post-it note on my beauty books and I'll get their information. Or sometimes, because I always keep them in my backpack, so I'll say, oh, I don't have, I'll like fill my pockets. I don't have any cards with me right now, but let me get your information and I'll email you a beauty book, because it's digital. The paper ones, I think, are a better selling point, because people will actually take the time to look at them, but at least you're getting something to them. So make sure you are giving out your information, but even better, make sure you're collecting their information, because that is where the real relationships come from. Because more often than not, I will not get a contact if I hand out a card without getting their information, because people just forget, or people just like, maybe I don't want to buy from her. But if I approach them, then they'll be more willing to follow up. Okay, if you guys have any questions about elevator pitches, I'm going to wrap up right now, so drop them right now in the comments. But what I want you to do, I want you to go home. And by home, I mean you're probably already at home, but I want you to make 2 cards, one with 5 points about LipSense and one with 5 points about the business. And then I want you to come back here and share some of your points, because I think it's so important that you say them out loud so that people can hold you accountable. And I know that if you are able to solidify and practice and work on your elevator pitch, it will lead to much more for your business, because you will gain confidence in what you're saying, and you will gain confidence in the selling, and you will gain confidence in gaining new distributors. And the confidence comes from that practice. And they say practice makes perfect, and I believe that, because the more you practice, the more easy the words will flow from your mouth, and you won't be stressed about talking to strangers anymore. So if you guys have any questions at all, don't hesitate to reach out. Kirsty's awesome. She's so helpful that I'm sure you don't need me, but I'm around too. So I'm so grateful that you guys were tuned in and that Kirsty had me, and I had a lot of fun. And I hope you guys have the very best Monday night. And that's all I've got. So I'll talk to you all later. Bye.